Hello Vikings and welcome to my castle build. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm very excited to show you this. This is the first large build that I've successfully completed. I know there are better, but I'm really proud about mine, and I thank you for taking the time to watch it. Now, if watching the build process is not your thing, the final chapter will be the reveal, so you can scrub through if you want to, and I won't be offended. Today I'm going to show you all how I built my plain space castle. Two reasons to build in the plains. One, you need this biome to grow flax and barley. It won't grow in any other biome. Two, the scenic environment. I love the sky. I love the landscape. I love the locks hanging around. I know they're aggressive, but I just still like them being around. I could definitely do without the death mosquitoes though. I'm sure you all can relate to that. Now, there are two ways that you can build a defensive base, either up high by raising the ground up or by digging a moat around your base. If you're building next to a camp, which there aren't any here at this location, but if you are, you can kite the enemies to your moat. If built deep enough, they will go into the moat and get stuck and just aggro the earth while you attack them from the safety of your base. And then you can go down there and grab all of the loot that they drop once you kill them. This is great for farming because they do get stuck in the moat if you build it high enough. You can also farm from the raised land. However, there isn't anything to keep them there at your base. So for farming specifically, the moat option might be a better option. For my base though, I chose to build the ground up high and go that route as I wanted to build close to the water so we could have a dock and ship off from here to the Ashlands. Let me know if you want to see me build a base in the Ashlands. I haven't been there very much yet, but I'm excited to explore that area. To raise the ground, we are going to use the hoe tool. And yes, I am in creative mode because building this not in creative mode would just be excruciating. So we're going to raise the ground as high as it can go. There is a cap to the height. As you build the ground up, you may notice that it will mirror the initial landscape, so it won't be perfectly level. You will have to go back through and level it out if you desire. Now that we have finished raising the ground, we're going to want to go through and just get all the little dimples taken care of by raising the ground once more in those areas. And then the final step is to go through the area and level it with the hoe as best we can. I'm not the best at leveling, I will admit. Terraforming is my least favorite thing to do, but we manage. And now here I am just adding some pathing to mark the perimeter of the castle and where I want the garden to be. The garden will be here in the smaller section to the left of the path, and the castle will be built in the massive section to the right. And don't worry, if you're thinking, geez, that's huge. Well, spoiler alert, I ended up making it even bigger down the road. This is going to be my largest build yet, and so I'm pretty excited for the challenge. We are going to start building our foundation and walls with the stone floor piece. I'm first going to focus on building the perimeter of the castle, and we're going with a simple rectangle shape. In an attempt to be creative, I decided to try to stagger my stone floor pieces to give it more of the brick castle look. Initially, I thought I would build around the raised ground, but have now decided to pick it down so that the ground is more level. This level here is going to become the basement floor. For the basement floor, I decided to use the 2x1 stone wall to give it that rugged stone floor look, and I decided to stagger the placement of those as well to make it look more authentic. At first I thought it would look cool to have the castle built like it was coming out of the ground here, but now I've decided to just get rid of this high edge altogether. The base layer is done here, so we are going to move on to working on the walls, continuing to stagger the stone floor for that brick look. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the time stop mechanic to work. It was absolutely operator error. So I put some bonfires out so I could see at night. Don't worry, I do eventually figure out how to stop time in the game further on in the build, but for now, we work by firelight. The basement is going to house our portals and have a massive storage area. I've placed a portal down so I could tell how high to make the room. I went with 4 meters high, but this wasn't the best idea, full disclosure. I would suggest going at least 5 or even 6 meters high if you prefer to have higher ceilings. I also suggest digging into the earth more for the basement versus laying the floor of the basement on the ground level like I did, as it will be easier to build higher. I do run into some height challenges down the road. Next, we're going to use the log beams to start the floor supports. Since I will be using stone floors for the first level, we need to make sure there is enough support to hold the stone. Because I put the log beams so low, the basement height is actually really only 3 meters high. In hindsight, I should have raised the walls higher to make it feel more spacious, but you live and you learn. That support system did not work. So we try again. I placed my first row of stone flooring and then clipped the logs so that they were in the stone rather than the stone resting on top. Resting on top does not work, but with the logs inside the stone flooring, that seems to be working a lot better. More living and learning. Since this side of the flooring isn't going all the way to the wall because of the stairs, I'm adding some stone pillars for extra support. Don't worry, it clicks later on to change those out for the flame metal, however you say that, flame metal pillars instead. They're just prettier. Spoiler alert! As I am in creative mode, you're going to see items from Mistlands and Ashlands being used. If you haven't been to those biomes yet and don't want to spoil the materials or builds you can acquire from them, then this is probably not the video for you. I end up using quite a bit of Ashland material in this build. Our first level floor is pretty much done here, but there's a lot of red showing, and as you can see I lost a couple of pieces. So more support pillars. Yay! And there we have it, the first level of our castle floor is done! Before we move on to building up the walls on the first floor level, we are going to put in our round towers on each front corner of the castle. To do this, I started with the stone floor again. Place your first block square against the castle wall, and then alter the angle 1 notch with each placement. You want to clip the stone floor to the outer corner with each placement, and once the pattern is complete, you have the foundation of the circular tower done. To wall the round tower, I just continued the angled placement up the walls. Next, we move on to building the walls of the first level. I decided to go with the black marble blocks as I like the smooth look that they have. My ADHD is in full force, so we're going to pause on the walls to build our entryway staircase. Now back to the task at hand, we finish the walls continuing the staggered pattern placement. And then move on to the support beams for the floor. As you can see, I initially tried to use stone flooring, but alas, it did not work. So we go with wood flooring here instead. With the floor done, we move on to building up the round tower walls with the black marble using the same technique as before. I decided to make one of the round towers the stairway up to the top floor. And then, ADHD alive, we got our front door installed. We have a castle. Uh-oh, the ask spin has gone out. God, why do you keep getting out? Come on in. Come in. Did I just pick that up? Shit. Oh, he's in. Oh, good. Okay, don't go out. Oh, that was lucky. Okay, now y'all just better stay in there. That's gonna give me stress. Cultivate it all. Oh, it's gonna kinda level it for us too. That's freaking awesome. Love that. Oh shit. Ah! Okay, so they do. They do come to try to get you. Whew. I forgot that I had set myself up to be attacked there. That kind of scared the bejesus out of me. Nope. Something keeps like making a shimmering noise at me, and I don't know what that is. What is going on? It's getting... Oh, are they mating? Oh, ew, they might be. Oh, they're definitely... Oh, yeah. Okay. We'll just give them some privacy. That was... I don't know if they're actually supposed to have an action that looks like they are, but they're definitely going at it. He's got her up against the wall. There. Oh. And then finish off the look. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Okay. Alright, and I think we've got Ghost off, if I remember right. And hopefully the time will not change on us. It hasn't worked yet, so I'm not really getting my hopes all that high. We can go like this. Maybe we raise it up a little bit because the ground's going. So we will go this. Outlet. This is not intended to be a growing area, but apparently I can't count. So we're gonna use it. The main level's pretty much done. I mean, I just wish I could make it less dark in here. I understand though that building with the black marble has sealed my fate in that regard. It's just gonna be dark. There we go. We got one there, even it out, one there. Okay, okay. It's a bit more lit up. We'll like that. And then we have the basement, which for some reason is absolutely lit up. And there's no lights. Is that because it's all stone? Oh man, that changes things. I should have just built with stone up there instead of the black marble, huh? Probably would have solved all the lighting problems. Well, if we have this here, the armor stands, oh, they will fit beautifully. Okay, they will not go up into the ceiling. It's going to be for some shields. We'll just go like this for armor. Flip it and reverse it for shield. Maybe tilt it, give it some dimension. Try to make it even. And then we'll have an armor guy here. And then we might even, just to make it look a little better, put one of you there, and one of you there. And then I like putting these reds on here. It just gives it a little bit more appeal. Okay, so we definitely have more that we'd probably want to put on display. I like having like all the armor on display. So maybe we put some more here. That's okay. I did block the window and I didn't really want to, but you know, that's what happens. Okay. Perfect. And hopefully. Alright, so we're going to beautify that a little bit. I haven't used this new arch yet. That's not even a fucking floor. We'll just make it a whole thing. Okay, there we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. One here. Oh. And you guessed it. Lava lamp. Nice. Whoa, yeah. It's a big clump. It's not looking too bad, not looking too bad, if I do say so myself. Just give it some decoration, you know. Boom, bop. Okay, cool, 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 cool. Come. Yes. Hello Vikings, and welcome to the reveal of my castle build. We're going to start from the sky here so you can just see kind of the bird's eye view. I did end up replacing the black marble with stone because it was just bothering me way too much. Here we have our aspen cage with the egg hatching center. And we'll go around here so you can just see the perimeter of the building. The back of the castle here. And here we have the garden. And you can see down there to the left of the entrance is our smelting area. And we've got the first 5 trophies by the front door. Now we're going to do an on-foot walkthrough so you can see all the details. Here on the dock, we've got all of our extra materials so they're protected, sheltered from the weather with the roof. Plenty of room for more ships at the dock. As you walk up the path here, on the left is the garden with sections for the different crops. I like sectioning out the crops. It helps my OCD. And here we have our little garden hut. Storage space, workbench, things you might need. Smelting area. I put boards up just to make sure none of the materials would fall down the land mass here that I've built. And then now we'll go into the Aspen hut. Oh, and they're just fucking around in the corner here like they like to do. I did add an extra wall, and so far none of the death mosquitoes have gotten in. And this is our egg hatching area. Oh, and Vern's trying to eat me. He's a little salty, that one. And the grand entrance. Obviously, Aspen skeletons on either side. If you didn't know, you can sit on them, which I just think is the coolest thing ever. I don't know why I think it's so cool, but I do. And as we enter here, this first level is the main workshop level and kitchen. Here we have our workbench and all of the upgrades to it. We have the spinning wheel. We have our forge area, upgrades as well. The artisan table, its upgrades, and the kitchen area. Massive food making. 2 of everything, 2 ovens, 2 cauldrons, 2 meat racks, 2 fermenters, and then here the black forge area, also with its crafting items. A little spoiler alert, some items you can get from Hilder, the new trader lady. And here we have our weapon wall. All of the very cool weapons are placed on display here in this column tower. All the fun, shiny things. I just love how these weapons look when they're on display. And then our Galder table and all of its accessories are hiding down here as well. And we'll go on to the basement. And so here you can see all the storage that you might ever need. Lots of storage, and our portals. We have our nice little spooky seating area. And the kitchen table with some things on display. I like having food items out on the table because I think it just adds a nice immersion to the kitchen area. And I figured out what I wanted to do here. We call it the throne room, but it's just a little treasure cove. A little hidey hole full of coins and treasures. Just for funsies. And then on the second floor, this is the armory and sleeping quarters. We've got item stands on the wall for trophies, items. We've got our barber station. This is my room. Do not enter. Nice little joke between our friends here. You might think it's a little cluttered in here decor-wise, but I just kind of like it. I think it's very homey. I like the ambiance, if you will. We've got our hot tub here, as well as our guest quarters with their own storage, you know, because that's important. And there is a campfire in the windowsill. It's not on right now, but it does work and function, and it does not smoke out the room. And then our armory storage, all the room that you would need for extra weapons, armor, arrows, things of that nature. And here I've got on display some of the earlier armor sets. I like having all of the armor sets on display, as you can clearly see. And this is the grand display of armor and shields and capes. With the thrones, of course. You gotta have your thrones. And now we'll move outside. We've got a little battlement porch here on the back end so you can see what's going on the property. I just love the views in the plains. I know I've said this before, I love the landscape, I love the skies, I love how bright it is. I love seeing the locks hanging around. And then we'll go up to the ceiling so you can see the roof. I just use a lot of the peaks to kind of make a flat roof, and I like to just sit up here and ponder. Take a break from the day on the roof, you know. I very much appreciate y'all for watching this video and sticking through the pain of the build with me. I'm very excited to try another one and see if I can make it better, make it more spacious, more usable, more grand, all of the above. I'm going to be doing a Mistlands base coming up and a Meadows base. If you have any suggestions or questions, if you'd like to know the seed or the coordinates, let me know. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day.